little bit and you started hitting shots. Just how much is that your job for this team when things get sticky for you to go get a bunch of buckets?
Um, it's kind of a feel, understanding in those moments, kind of what we need. And, I just try to go out there, be aggressive, just try to get us going, give ourselves an opportunity. I know we was down going into halftime. Um, we knew we didn't play our best basketball, so I just try to take it upon me, just be aggressive. And with that came the buckets.
Along those lines, I mean, DeMar, you have moments like that throughout your career. Do you take it upon yourself, or is it a read and react kind of situation? Do you know that your team kind of needs that type of lift?
Yeah, it's a little bit of both. You kind of just understand timing, understanding your opportunity. By that time for me, come the second half of games, I kind of got a feel of how they guarding things, what to look for, where to get my shot, where I could be aggressive, who I could attack. Little things by that time of the game. Usually, I kind of wait till the fourth quarter for those moments, but we needed it in that third quarter.
DeMar, you've had a lot of battles against Steph Curry over your career. To see the job that both Keegan and Keon in tandem did against him, holding him to just 2 points, 1 of 5 shooting in the second half. What do you make of their defensive effort?
I mean, you gotta give them credit, man. Like I said, we all know Steph is the greatest shooter of all time, one of the greatest players of all time. So to have a collective effort to make it tough on Steph like that was big, especially us kind of understanding they was going to come out here and be aggressive. We try to limit as much as we could as possible, and credit to those guys.
I think a 19-point third quarter is the perfect way to lead by example. But as you're catching fire in a moment like that, are there things that you're also saying to the guys to kind of rile them up?
Yeah, but I also kind of let my actions speak for itself, and a lot of times throughout the games, you kind of lean on a teammate to, when they do something. It could be a charge, it could be a defensive play, it could be a hustle play, whatever it may be. You kind of feed off that, and I think me just being aggressive, I think the guys responded with that as well.
DeMar, 2 questions. Number one, just to win games like this, to be on the roll you guys are on, how much does that feed into just the energy and the buy-in and the belief that you guys have right now?
I mean, it's everything. Not one moment of the game where we felt like we was down and out. And the especially using that energy here at home, on top of the confidence that the coaching staff give us, and we just go out there and lay it out there on the line. We don't feel like we out of a game at no point. These last couple of weeks.
And then looking ahead to this road, schedule like 17 of the next 23, how daunting is that? How much of a challenge, and what's it going to take to kind of keep this rolling?
I mean, you look for those moments. I think for me, it's a great character building, a great test for us as a team to go out on the road, bond together, be kind of like, in enemy territory, out our comfort zone, and find a new, side to us that give us that edge to keep pushing. I think it's going to be critical for us to learn everything we can these next couple of weeks, because, it's going to pay off in the long run.
DeMar, how important was the home crowd tonight, and how cool is it to see a kid like Ryder, the fan that they spotlighted?
Yeah.
How cool is that?
I mean, it's beautiful to be able to feed off the energy like that. And when you can spotlight a kid, that makes that's the world. To be able to see that, how much, even I think my pregame, before the game, I think I dapped him up, and you just see, how excited he is. And at the end of the day, basketball could do that for fans, for kids, and, that's what it's all about, man. So it was cool. It's always cool to see that and get a win in front of our home crowd.
DeMar, Keegan just came out and told us that at times this game felt like the playoff series a couple of years ago. You're a relative newcomer. I know it's not your first game here against the Warriors, but something of a newcomer to this rivalry. What is your sense of this Warrior King?
I mean, I love it. You want to be a part of any type of hostile environment that bring the energy that you felt tonight. It's amazing. That's what sports all about. And, as a competitor, you want to be in those moments because, it brings the best out of you.
It seems like you guys are at your best defensively when you're forcing turnovers, scoring off of it, and that was a big change first, second half here. What's the key to you guys doing that consistently without, taking too many risks in the process?
I mean, It's calculated risk. You know, we're gonna get better with that. Understanding the moments where we could be aggressive. I think it was a couple plays late in the fourth quarter where we knew we had a foul or two to give, and we was just overly aggressive. Worst case scenario, we foul, but at least we being aggressive, putting them on edge. So it's just understanding the moment, being calculated with our aggression, and understanding when we could gamble, when not to, who to gamble on. So little things like that. You know, I feel like we're going to get a lot better with that as well.
DeMar, tomorrow night it starts in Denver. Just curious your thoughts. Second night of a back-to-back with the travel, the altitude. Have you found is Denver the toughest back-to-back place? Has that been your experience in the NBA?
Yeah, since I've been in the league, I feel like it's a setup, some type of way, you know. But yeah, it's one of those tough things. But you know, we all got to deal with it. You know, it's part of the job. You know, we got to try to get as much rest as possible until then, and get ready to do our job again tomorrow.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks, DeMar.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Hey, Keegan, congrats on the win. What was said at halftime that kind of maybe flipped the switch a little bit?
I mean, there wasn't much said. I think we all knew what it was. Just obviously, we couldn't have played a worse first half, so we knew that we're capable of turning it around, and we did. And it was a game of runs, so we knew we had to go on a big run to kind of get back into it.
Just seeing what DeMar did in that third quarter, I think it was 19 points. How cool was that to see?
Yeah, I mean, he got it rolling for us when we were struggling on offense, stagnant on offense a little bit. So, and that's kind of just what he does. That's kind of what he's done his whole career. So he's helped us a lot in that department.
Keegan, just how difficult is it to hold Steph Curry down like that? You guys held him to just 11 shots on the night, 14 points, but it looked like you guys were double teaming him all night.
Yeah, it was just a point of his emphasis to limit his shot attempts because when he can get it going, I mean, we all see what happens. So just limit his shot attempts, limit his productivity, and we kind of made him a facilitator and let everyone else beat us. So.
Keegan, obviously you kind of got the best of Steph tonight, but how fun are these matchups when you get to go against the top players in the league?
It's really fun. I mean, it keeps you especially with an 82-game season. Sometimes you can get a little stagnant. So just being able to lock in every single night, take the good with the bad when you guard guys like that. It's a fun challenge to have, especially in my third year in the league.
You guys talked about how you guys have been able to close out games and seeing opposition go on runs. You guys were able to respond. They responded. I mean, how much of this defensively do you kind of hang your hat on for what you guys did in the fourth quarter?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was close to start the fourth. I think we went on a run, they went on a run, we went on a run, and we ended up finishing with the last run. So it was a game of runs, and that's kind of what their team's made of, and we just had to get the last one, and we did that, and we were able to close out the game.
You split responsibilities on Steph a lot with Keon. Just what are your thoughts on kind of that 1-2 punch defensively and how Keon can kind of relieve you or pick up the pressure even when you get a breather?
Yeah, it brings a different dynamic to our team. Just being able to keep fresh bodies on the best player on the other team, I feel like it's a good problem to have. So, and there's certain guys in the league that I'm really good at guarding, there's certain guys that he's good at guarding. So, being able to find that combination each game is only just going to benefit our team on the defensive end.
Keegan, the role you guys are on right now, winning close games, winning all these games at home, winning like you did tonight, just how much are you guys kind of riding on belief and just kind of that energy that you guys have as a group right now?
Yeah, the crowd's into it. Playing at home is fun again. It wasn't that fun in December, but I feel like just the city's had our back the whole time, and it's been cool to kind of see the momentum gain each game, playing against really good teams. And for us, it's just being able to lean on going on runs, getting the crowd into it, and I feel like that just creates a tough environment for the opposition.
Yeah, Keegan, you mentioned it there, and obviously nothing goes well if you guys aren't playing well, but does the energy you're getting from the crowd, does it feel different than it did? Are you getting more support, more energy than it felt like you were earlier this year and even last season from the crowd?
I mean, they always support us. I feel like we have the best fan base in the league. Today, at moments, it kind of felt like we're back in the playoff game my rookie year. So just that environment each game, and it's mid-January. They don't have to come out on I think it's a Wednesday, but they don't got to come out on a Wednesday, and it's just been cool to kind of see them have our backs through thick and thin throughout this season.
You guys are going to play 17 of your next 23 on the road. What are your thoughts just going into that, and you know what it's going to take to kind of keep going through that stretch?
Yeah, I mean, we have a lot of tough games. Just especially, I think we're on a 6-game road trip starting tonight. So just being able to find ways to win, find a way to have a winning record on these road trips. So I think that's just our goal going into them, and just continuing to progress our season.